everyone, hey, welcome to Chai Tea with me, where we talk about all things Bible tea, and I'm so glad you came. Judges 19 is a whole mess. This ain't no love story. This is a cautionary tale from the Bible's wildest chapters. Let's get into it. Today's story is disturbing and violent, and it's going to get uncomfortable. This chapter starts off by saying Israel has no king. At the beginning, when Moses brought the Israelites out of Egypt, God was their king, but they rejected God. So fast forward, here we are. These people ain't got no king. So there's this Levite, someone from the priestly tribe of Israel. He has a concubine. For those of you who don't know what a concubine is, a concubine was a woman who was legally bound to a man for sexual and domestic purposes, but she didn't have the same status or rights as a wife. Think of it like a situationship with a title, but not a full covenant. The concubine cheats on him and she leaves. Sis packs up and goes back to her dad's house in Bethlehem. We don't know all the details. Maybe she was tired of him, maybe she was tired, or maybe he was trifling, or maybe both. But she's gone. 4 months, this is 3. 4 months go by and the Levite decides to go get his woman. He takes the servant and 2 donkeys and heads to her dad's house. When he gets there, the father-in-law is super nice and asks that he stays the night. Then every time the Levite tries to leave, the dad kind of like begs him to stay. This happened for 5 days, which I think is suspect, but maybe he was just a really nice person. Finally, the Levite and his concubine leave, but it's late in the day, which is mistake number 1. Ain't no headlights, ain't no Motel 6, no street lights, nothing. Once the sun goes down, that's it. They pass by a couple towns, even ones filled with foreigners, but the Levites wanted to stay in a town with the Israelite people. So they arrive in Gibeah, Gibeah, a city of the tribe of Benjamin, and wait in the city square, but nobody offers them a place to stay. Now, how you gonna leave in the middle of the night and expect people to pick you, your concubine, your servants, and 2 donkeys up off the street and invite y'all strangers to stay the night? Maybe different day, different time. But finally, an older man from the city sees them and says, "Don't sleep in the square. Come to my house and I'll take care of you." And so they go with him, and things seem okay until night falls. All of a sudden, some men, the Bible calls them wicked men, surround the house and start banging on the door. They get to yelling and talking about, "Bring out the men who came to your house so we can play with them." What? First of all, that's nasty, because you don't know what these men got going on, and the audacity to come knocking on the door just for that is crazy.
How did they think that was okay?
So then the host runs out and says, "No, my brothers, don't do this wicked thing. He's my guest." Okay, that's nice. But then this man says, "Here, take my virgin daughter, and his concubine instead."
My disappointment is immeasurable.
I'm sorry, but I have to pause, because I know you lying. There is so much wrong with the sentence alone. A father volunteers his daughter to these wicked men over the Levite, who to him is a stranger. And this baby is a virgin, so to me that sounds even more painful. As a father, you're supposed to protect and want you're supposed to protect and want better for your daughter. And then you're gonna volunteer somebody else's concubine? And do you think the Levite stood up for his wife, the woman he traveled all the way to get? No.
Stupid.
Maybe that has something to do with why she left in the first place. The Levite says nothing, nada, none, nothing. He doesn't defend his concubine. He doesn't speak up. He doesn't say, "Try me." He went all the way to get this lady, sleeps at these people's house, eats their food for 5 whole days, takes this man's daughter, and then allows other men to take her. He does nothing.
Come on now, dog.
You might as well have just left her at her father's house if he was gonna treat her like that. And this is where it gets even darker. Instead, he pushes her out the door. Now let's be clear. This it doesn't say they took her. He gave her. He pushed her out the door. The NIV version says, in quotes, they raped her and ambushed her throughout the night, and at dawn they let her go. At daybreak, the men let her go. At daybreak.
You serious?
She crawls back to the house and collapsed at the door. You know how much pain you have to be to crawl back to the door? She crawls back. There's no words, no movement. The Levite wakes up, opens the door, and guess what he says? Here's the clue. Not, I'm sorry. This man says, get up, let's go. Child, just reading this burns me up. There's no, are you okay? There's no, I'm sorry. Just cold and dismissive. But she doesn't respond because she's dead. They raped this girl so bad that she died.
Get out of here.
And then you think it can't get any darker than this? Well, I would advise you to stop the video now because it gets even darker. So if you can't handle it, you just going to go. The Levite puts her body on the donkey, goes home, and instead of mourning, instead of burying her, he cuts her body into 12 pieces.
Get out of here.
He sends a piece to each of the 12 tribes of Israel, like a freaking Amazon Prime trauma delivery, and basically says, look at what happened. Look at how far we've fallen. Sir, you don't want to cut her up. You the one pushed her out the door. No, you need to see how far you've fallen. And the people are horrified, understandably so. This chapter ends like this. Nothing like this has ever happened. Think about it. What are we going to do? Child, I told y'all this tea was going to be heavy. Can't even finish my tea with all this drama and violence. But that concludes today's tea. But hold up. Don't just sip and dip. Click that like, hit that subscribe, and turn on those alerts so you don't miss the next round of tea. Alright, friend, remember, no matter what you have done, God loves you and wants a relationship with you. Bye. I feel like that was such an awkward way to end the story. I feel like I need to end it on a positive note, like,